how much do you know about Spain? We all know that whether we want to explore the beaches, walk around historic cities, enjoy a relaxed lifestyle, revel in the cuisine, or experience the vibrant nightlife, there is no doubt that Spain has it all, right? But what is the history and culture of this country? Stick around till the end of the video to learn all about it. Hey guys, welcome back to World Explained, the channel where we take you on a journey around the world and talk about their fascinating stories. In today's video, we will talk about the beautiful country of Spain. But before we begin, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notifications by hitting the bell, so you never miss any of our uploads. Now with the intro out of the way, let's get into our topic for today. Spain is a fascinating country. There's so much to see from La Sagrada Familia to La Rambla, and so much to eat like gazpacho, pulpo a la gallega, and bocadillos, but there is also so much to learn. To give the country its official title, Spain, or the Kingdom of Spain, is the second largest country in the European Union after France. It measures at around 506,000 square kilometers if you include the Canary Islands and the Spanish territories along the North African coastline. Spain was the world's first global empire, and for a while the most powerful country in the world. Talk about one of those interesting facts about Spain. Taking it a notch above the Portuguese trading empire, the Spanish pioneered their way across North, Central, and South America and took hold of the Philippines for over 300 years. They got themselves a lot of gold and left a big old cultural legacy and many Spanish speakers. It is also said that the very first novel was written in Spanish. Insane, isn't it? In 1605, Miguel de Cervantes wrote Don Quixote, widely considered the world's first modern novel. The seminal book is seen as one of the most essential pieces of Spanish literature ever written and is a founding work of Western literature. Probably a mind-blowing fact about Spain right now is that Spain isn't all Spanish, but what you thought was just plain, regular old Spain isn't as simply defined as that. It is made up of various autonomous communities with a certain level of self-government. Galicia is Celtic. The Basque country speaks Basque, which is unlike any European language. Valencia, Catalonia, and Balearic Islands are Occitan and Catalan. Super interesting. Fancy a vacation to Spain? Join a club. Almost 58 million tourists go to Spain every year, making it the fourth most visited country in the world. One fun fact about Spain is that the country has more than 8,000 beaches. When it comes to well-known facts about Spain, you might be interested in learning that Spain features the world's oldest restaurant, called Restaurante Botín, as it dates back to 1725. For the culture of Spain, there are some pretty famous festivals in Spain. You probably know the Running of the Bulls, right? This is held in Pamplona every year. You probably don't know that it's part of a more extended 9-day festival in honor of Saint Fermin. There are other bull runs, but that's one of the most famous. Elsewhere, there's La Tomatina, the world's biggest food fight. It started in 1945 when some guy started throwing tomatoes at his friends. It was banned in the 1950s but reinstated in 1957 when residents held a funeral for the festival, complete with a tomato in a coffin. The rich culture of Spain is based on diverse historical influences from Celtic and Iberian times, centuries of Roman rule, and the 900 years of Moorish dominance. Other flavors were added during the troubling Middle Ages with intriguing language, music, cuisine, art, literature, Catholicism, folk traditions, and diverse ethnic communities. Spain's Christian and Moorish architectural contributions are monumental, and its distinct regional cultures are vital, especially in the Catalan and Basque regions. Also, did we mention that the Spanish love to chill out? Well, it won't come as much of a surprise that the Spanish enjoy taking things a little easier than other nationalities. In fact, according to an OECD report published back in 2013, the average Spaniard devotes 16 out of the 24 hours a day to leisure, including eating, drinking, and sleeping. When it comes to Spanish history facts, this is an interesting one. Apparently, Spain imported tomatoes, tobacco, potatoes, avocado, cacao, or chocolate into Europe. Did you know that there's no tooth fairy in Spain? But don't worry, those teeth don't get wasted. Instead of the famous tooth fairy, when Spanish kids lose a tooth, they put it under their pillow for a magical mouse called Ratoncito Perez. Just like the tooth fairy, little Perez collects the tooth and leaves money or a small gift in its place. Flamenco music, dance, and the controversial bullfights are easily recognizable elements of Spanish heritage. Still, the fierce national pride shown by the people are at the heart of the country's identity. Spain is different, is often heard emphasizing their position as a melting pot for centuries. Friendly but somewhat formal in their approach to strangers, family values dominate and the culture of masculinity is slowly declining. Fancy becoming rich this Christmas? Well, in Spain, that might just happen. Held just before Christmas in Spain, the country's national lottery El Gordo, which means the fat one, had a total prize fund of around 2.24 billion euros in December of 2019. That makes it the world's largest total prize fund for any lottery. When it comes to the beautiful game, the Spanish know how to play ball. La Roja topped FIFA's world rankings for over 5 years between 2008 and 2013. They won the 2010 World Cup and the European Championships in both 2008 and 2012. Like many European countries, Spain's history dates back to the pre-Roman times and is characterized by warfare, conquest, great ages of empire, and slow declines followed by independence. The development of their rich heritage began with Celtic and Iberian settlements and was strongly influenced by the 900 years of Moorish rule. Celtic and Iberian Spain was initially being conquered by the Roman Empire in 200 AD, with the overlords remaining in power for almost 600 years. The country became an important trading and agricultural hub, and as Rome faded, Vandals from the north faced their way across the entire peninsula. Christianity was established in the 2nd century AD and continued despite conflicts resulting in Visigoth takeover of the region. A Moorish invasion of the Umayyad Caliphate took place in 711 AD, which would change the face of Spain forever. Christianity and Judaism suffered and conversion to Islam was encouraged particularly in Andalusia. By the end of the 10th century, the great city of Cordoba was the Caliphate's capital and the wealthiest, largest, and most sophisticated city in Europe. Trade and the rich intellectual traditions of North Africa formed a unique culture in the region. However, the Reconquista attempts by Christian armies to expand their Spanish holdings had been chipping away at Moorish dominance since the late 8th century. By the early 11th century, it had gained more land than was held by the Muslims. Despite a significant Muslim resurgence in the 12th century, by the 14th century, Islam's hold on Spain was consigned to history, leaving only magnificent architectural treasures such as Alhambra as a reminder. In 1492, Christopher Columbus landed in America. At the same time persecution of Jews and Muslims began, and Imperial Spain became the leading European power, spreading its incredibly wealthy tentacles to South America and the Far East. The Golden Age of Spain lasted until the early 17th century, when the empire faced threats from Barbary pirates, English corsairs, and the mighty Ottoman Empire. Later on, religious wars and the plague hit Spain hard. By the European 30 Years' War, its decline was irreversible, hastened by the early 18th century War of the Spanish Succession. Wars with Napoleonic France followed, with Spain defeated and forced to become a French colony controlled by Bonapartist regime. A revolt against French dominance in 1808 resulted in the War of Independence and the return of the monarchy to Spain. The disastrous civil war in 1936 brought the dictator Franco to power, supported by Nazi Germany and fascist Italy, causing 500,000 deaths and a similar number of migrations. Spain remained neutral during World War II and became economically and politically isolated. As a result, a position that changed quickly due to its strategic position as the Cold War ramped up. Franco died in 1975 and the monarchy under King Juan Carlos was revived with much celebration. As of today, Spain now leads the way when it comes to renewable energy. In fact, it was the first country in the world to have wind as the most excellent source of its electricity. Back in 2013, wind turbines generated just under 54,000 gigawatt hours of electricity, a fifth of the nation's usage. And as of July 2019, Spain is home to a whopping 47 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, the third highest in the world. These include historic cities, monumental churches, and more. Only Italy and China have more UNESCO World Heritage Sites, and both have 55. Well guys, that's all we have for you today. Did you know about the history of Spain? Get involved and let us know in the comments section down below what you think about today's video. If you liked this video and found it informative, then be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Also, if you don't want to miss out on any new future videos like these, then be sure to click on the subscribe button and turn on the notifications under this video so that you're notified the next time we upload a new video. Thanks for watching guys, and we hope you have a great day today. We'll see you on the next video.